Hi, welcome to another video. Today, I have this guy.
Hi, Chris, you do realize you have to take the blanket off in order to watch the video, right?
I don't wanna.
Well, you kind of have to.
I don't wanna watch this video!
You kind of have to, though. It's a reaction video.
Fine. If I don't sound happy today, it's because I'm not happy. I don't wanna watch this video!
And if I sound happy, it's because he's mad.
It has been 5 years since I uploaded my first rec documentary, and they have really grown the channel a lot. That does not mean they were good, though. And the original was certainly not. Unfortunately, we are, for you, watching the original. But I will say we are at least watching the remake as well. So we're gonna see both versions, and it's...
Come on, Chris, let's sing the We're Gonna Do It song. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Come on, everybody now. We're gonna do it.
Please, no.
We're gonna do it.
You know what? 3, 2, 1.
Ah! It's a title! No!
I forgot I did intros at one point. What is this music?
Pobrecito.
What is this music?
Documentary by cameraman Railfan.
Indeed, that is me.
That's how I spell your name too.
On June 13th, 2006.
Nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. No! No! No!
Just for context, I've known Chris for like 7 years now, and I've never seen him this nervous before. He's actually not wanting to do this right now.
Eventually.
Do I have to do this? I don't want to watch this.
Yes. Do you care about your documentary from 5 years ago?
No!
This was your very first You know how many views and subscribers this got you? You have to do it for them.
Okay, let's just get this over with. I'm gonna point this out real quick, though. That was already a bad start. Like,
I agree.
What music was that? What music was that?
I don't know. You chose it.
I know, and I question every bit of it.
Here we go.
At 10:35 p.m., DNSA BAR1-
I like how you have the copyright in the bottom left there.
I mean, I did because I didn't want to. I guess I didn't feel like commenting or adding that in.
This train will just be referred to as Train 1.
What is my voice too?
Train 1?
Yes, I question that too.
59 leading. NREX SD50.
I hate the audio in this too.
9 1065. FUR.
I hate the music too.
8110. GP30U 2437. SD40-2 7065. And -9.
It's really not that bad, if I'm being honest, so far.
It's easy for you to say you didn't create this.
That's true.
45 more cars were added. Now the train 55.
Why did I choose Flagstaff for this?
So quiet,
Pittsburgh at about 1:30 in the morning.
Voice is very
Why am I so quiet? Why is the music so loud?
In the opposite direction, BNSF train U.
You can barely hear me in some parts. What is this?
This is you learning how to edit,
bound
Chris.
for BNSF's Polk Yard in Southern California.
You do realize that this video is going to be loud while this
which were
video is going to be quiet, right?
4479 leading.
I am well aware of that.
3715.
Okay, I hate to do this, but if y'all want to watch it for yourselves, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Please don't watch it.
Watch it, please. It's good. Look at this white car.
Shortly after 5.
Wow, oh my God,
beautiful.
Why am I using Trains Driver 2 for this? Why am I using Trains Driver 2? Of all Train Simulator games I could have used, I chose Trains Driver 2.
This is some beautiful animation. Wow, look, it stopped at a red light. Trains don't stop at red
Train
lights.
2 would divert into the siding.
Why did I choose
and allow
this?
Train 1 to proceed.
God, I cannot stand the music too.
27.2.
I'm still using it right here. What is this? What is this?
I can't even react
the engineer not to exceed 40 miles per hour. At milepost 1026.
Oh, Google Maps now. Look at that, Google Maps.
Indicating to be
I mean, hey, it's the
stop
right
at the
place,
signal
so.
and reduce the speed to 30 miles per hour. The red signal could be clearly visible from the west.
Yeah,
end
that's
to
very
the
visible.
Yeah, that's very visible right
Look at
there.
that. That's some beautiful camera footage. Wow, look at
The engineer sounded the horn at a private crossing.
I can't even hear myself talking.
At just over 4,000
Oh,
feet from the
43
east end,
slash
the train
40.
was going 43 miles per hour. To make things worse, the engineer actually raised the throttle from notch 1 to notch 2.
Wow!
Notch
Notch
2!
two!
Throttle back to
Who
notch
would've
1.
thought?
But unfortunately, it was only
What?
for a short time, as he would again raise the throttle to notch 2.
This is so 90s.
Then he noticed the red signal,
Ah.
saw the opposing train, threw their train into emergency.
I
and bailed.
cannot think right
Ah,
now.
look at that audio. Can you hear this audio?
Meanwhile, in train
This is some
2,
beautiful
the
ass
engineer
audio.
reduced their speed.
You can say this audio is off the rails.
Sound of crushing metal.
Oh no!
That's very good for your ear health.
I cannot believe I used to be proud of that.
Yes, I love the audio.
The only good part
The
was
train
none of
arrived
it.
at 5:51 a.m. with train 1 traveling at 22
Oh,
miles
no.
per hour and train 2 traveling at
I
30
hear the
miles
music
per
for
hour.
this one. Oh
The collision
no!
caused train 1's first 3 engines and 2 of the freight cars to derail.
Oh
4
no! I
engines
hear the
and 14
music.
cars of train 2 derailed. All 5 crews of each train survived. The engineer and brakeman sustained some bruises
You'll
and
hear it.
abrasions, while the conductor suffered a broken ankle. The crew
Womp
of train
womp.
2 were lucky to be alive, but they sustained worse injuries. The engineer suffered a fractured pelvis and many internal injuries. The conductor had multiple lacerations.
I think if I remember
and
correctly, I was just
conduction.
reading this
With the
directly
crews
off
okay,
the official
in the
accident
area a
report.
total mess,
If I remember that
people were
correctly.
asking,
So you were doing this?
how did this happen?
Ah.
After the crash, the crew
I changed my voice there. Why did I do that?
They all had some
I don't
pretty
know.
interesting things to say. The engineer said
Wow,
that
just
the
an
signal
interview.
Hey,
at
look
the
at that
Kismet
animation.
siren went from yellow to green, so he maintained his speed at 44
Wow,
miles per
look, it
hour.
actually turned yellow
But
to
at the
green.
east end, he noticed it was
Oh
red,
wow!
so he threw his
Back
train
at
to
Train
emergency
Driver
and then
2
jumped.
again.
He also denied.
What was that? What was that? Did you forget you put that in?
Yes, I basically chose to forget that this video existed.
I
So a
didn't
lot
know
of what I'm
this
seeing
video
is like it's all like new to me.
I forgot
Kind
this
of.
video existed too, honestly.
The conductor said that at the
It was
time
my
they were
video.
approaching the west end, the sun was starting to come up, and he thought he saw the signal fluctuate. That's when the engineer replied, "It went clear." He then turned around to put on his sunglasses, and then noticed the signal ahead was red. He told
Wow,
the
that's some
engineer, but there
glasses.
was no response. He then sat down to where he could see the signal
I do remember this part, unfortunately. I couldn't find a good image to use, so blank screen. That's not the right button.
better, and yelled at the engineer, "Hey, that's a red block!"
Oh,
Then there was a
Hey,
dialogue
that's a
between the
red
two of them.
block!
Then the conductor saw the headlight.
You didn't. The funny thing is you didn't even sound like genuine when you did that. You're
I
like,
didn't.
Hey, it's a red block. Ah,
I didn't sound genuine. That's the problem here.
that's the.
This
problem.
whole thing doesn't sound
Yeah, I was
genuine.
about to say that's the whole problem with this particular video is that it doesn't sound genuine.
No, it doesn't.
Of train 2 in the distance, and then bailed. He also
Wow, this is a
said that he
beautiful
felt the
screen
engineer
that I'm
didn't
looking at
react
right
now. I
quickly
know,
enough to
right?
the red signal. And I think it's also important to
This
note that
music.
the conductor tested positive for drugs, specifically cocaine.
Hey, you
I just-
heard him. Don't do drugs.
I mean,
kids.
okay, that's probably the only good takeaway from this video is that I at least
Don't
left a
do
positive
drugs.
message there. That's the only redeeming thing about this video.
And that's the only place where you left a positive message too.
Exactly.
The brakeman said he didn't recall the signal indication at the west end.
What is
He
this?
also
Why
said
did I
because
choose
of
this
sunlight, He
music?
couldn't determine the signal at
The
the east
bad thing
end,
too is it's
but he
so
said it was
obnoxiously
red.
loud.
He
Like
never
it's
recalled
all you
someone
hear.
yelling, "Is that signal red?" And then
Is that signal red? Is that signal red or green? I
Investigators
can't
wanted
tell.
to test these statements.
Oh, wow, that
On
looks
June
fun.
21st.
Why did I use that?
He looks like he's using the force to grab that object.
Why did I use that crash?
The train were a BNSF road
Wasn't
foreman of
these people
engineers,
just me?
the general road attorney, and a
You had to
representative from the
specify
Brotherhood
that
of
you-
Locomotive Engineers.
Unfortunately.
This was done to see how the signals
Oh, I
played a
love
role
this.
in
We
the
still got
cause
2
of the
minutes left.
collision. The experiment was done with BNSF
Wow, look at that
1107
copyright.
to observe
Thanks,
and
Matt
record the
Pearson.
events.
Peterson.
In addition,
Whoever that is.
tests were conducted.
Wow, beautiful
multiple times on
sunrise.
Factory Road
World 7 and
to
Mario
see if
Bros.
sun
be like-
glare obstructed the crew's vision. The U.S. Naval Observatory's astronomical.
God,
I
love this
cannot
music.
even
indicated
hear
that the
me.
sun rose at
I love
Like I
5:15.
said, I was reading like
However,
word for
looking
word
to
the
east are
official
the Sierra Mountains.
report.
This means that the sun won't appear for a longer period
It's a cool
of time.
picture, at least.
And in this
It's a good
case,
picture,
the
yeah,
sun
but,
will
like-
present
But then you have this
It's in
video.
this.
You have this video that's overlaid. Turn the screen
In
blue.
the end, the FRA concluded that there was no signal malfunction, no sunlight to hamper the crew's vision, and
That's
no
fine.
operational or
Wow,
mechanical
look at that
issues.
image.
The crew
I hate
to stop the train
this.
were the cause of the wreck.
I think this photo right here that you guys are seeing is exactly how Chris feels inside right now.
I will say I feel worse than this. This was at least repaired. I feel totaled.
You feel like you're unrepairable?
Yes.
Womp womp.
As for the
I'm a
locomotives,
lost cause.
except for
Now you're gonna
the
be wondering why you sing that
5473,
when
which
you're
was a total
editing this.
loss.
No, I know why I sang that.
Service.
I'm surprised 997 was put back in
Even
service.
despite damage done to 4059 and 4479,
Thanks, Jose Lopez,
which were
on the
leading
bottom
the
left
trains,
there.
These two locomotives still ride the rails to this day.
Thanks, Jose
The
Lopez
NSF.
again.
1065, 4479,
Wow.
and 4715 were repainted into the newer swoosh colors.
Swoosh.
13 years later, though, it's still not the end of head-on collisions.
What? I hate this music!
I know, this
Why
is
that
so
one?
bad.
Why that one in particular? And why that one in particular? Why that one in particular? With this music playing!
Positive train control can be installed as soon as possible, then the likelihood of a head-on crash
This is like the
happening
8th time I've seen this
decreased
particular clip
drastically.
too.
Oh,
Wow,
look
it
at
went
that.
backwards.
I avoided the
Or worse,
crash.
never happens
Crash,
again.
crisis averted. Let's go.
Okay.
Thank you, Thunderbolt 1000 side, whatever it said.
I mean, sort.
So, Chris, how do you feel?
Why are we still here?
I don't even have words for that. That was terrible. I thought it was the best thing ever at the time that I uploaded it. How did I think that? There are so many problems with that video.
Well, I think the main thing we could both agree on is that the music choice was absolutely abysmal.
The music was.
He cussed on YouTube. Whoa!
It was so bad that I eventually decided to redo it.
Now we get to see what a slightly more professional video, or at least remix
Okay,
of this video
this
looks like.
I will say I am genuinely proud of. Like, I'm really proud of this remake right here.
We'll find out. Let's see if I'm proud of it. That's the test.
Yes.
This is the story of two trains, traveling in opposite directions on the same line.
This is the story of
One makes a drastic error, and it was all caught on camera.
That's
This is the
definitely
story
on camera.
of the Kismet train collision.
Wow. Two problems already fixed right there. Narration sets the tone. Music sets the tone. And I will say this, I am happy because I got to include a lot of my own footage in this one. Previously, I hadn't visited Central California. I kid you not, I uploaded the video and then like 3 weeks later, I was literally at the wreck site.
Documentary by cameraman Railvan.
On the morning of June 14th, 2006, two BNSF freight trains were traveling along the Stockton subdivision through California's Central Valley.
You gotta admit,
The
it sounds a
southbound
lot better
Oh
there.
yeah, this is already.
Yeah, it's already way better.
BAR
Like literally the past 10 seconds that I just watched from this video alone was already better than the entirety of the other video.
I know, right? Yeah. We're barely 40 seconds in and already you could say this is a much better video.
Exactly.
As mentioned earlier, the two trains were traveling along the Stockton subdivision, which runs between Richmond and Caldwell Yard just south of Fresno.
This
The
is
line
such an
primarily
improvement.
single
Holy
track, with
crap.
a number of passing
This
signs
is-
along the way to ensure that trains traveling in opposite directions can safely pass each other. In the case of these two trains, they would be using the siding at Kismet, in which
So was this your own
4059 would
footage?
stop.
That
on the
was my
main
footage
line
right there,
just
yeah.
before the switch.
Even this little chart that I made as well. The only thing that I wish though is that I put the 4479 in the siding because I'm sure not everyone who's watching, especially if you're not a train friend like this guy, he probably wouldn't know what that signal means.
I don't.
So yeah, that's kind of why I wish I put the train in the siding.
This audio still sucks. But I think that's just because of the video I was taking.
Yeah.
A surveillance camera in the cab of
You don't really hear the music
4479
much anymore.
shows what happens next.
You hear it slightly,
In
but
the video, the train
That's the thing,
passes
but, like-
a yellow over yellow
Yeah,
signal. meaning
we don't hear it a
to be
whole lot
careful
because it's
divert
kind of
off the
like
main
obstructed
line
from
at
the
a
video
restricted speed.
and my narration.
Not
I
long
think for this
afterwards,
type of
the
video,
train
though, that's
passes
good.
the Amtrak station at Madera,
I
California.
mean, you can hear it slightly
Then it
too.
rounds a wide
I can kind of
bend,
hear that it
and
like
the siding at
it doesn't
Kismet comes into view.
necessarily like
At
obstruct
the
the
same
tone.
time, the light of
It is the
4059
tone.
does as well. However, at the time the two trains come into each
Yeah,
other's
you already
sight,
sound more
both
engaging,
realize
too,
the
with your
danger that is
narration.
lurking, and both trains are thrown into emergency.
Yeah, already I'm not
The
like
crews
trying to
either
force a
brace for
voice on it or
impact
anything.
or jump from the
Because like before I'm like,
locomotives.
no,
And
that's
the
a red
green
part,
light at the
no!
east end of the siding changes
I'm not
to
doing
red,
that whatsoever.
indicating
I decided to avoid
4059
that at
has
all
entered the
costs.
block. And at 5:51 a.m., it happens.
Yeah.
This audio is taking
The two trains collide
What
head-on
is a
at a
large
combined
slider?
speed of 60
true.
miles per hour. The impact derails 3 of the locomotives and 2 freight cars from the southbound train, one of which smashes
You're able to
through the
take this
cab
whole
of
thing
the
a lot
last
more
unit.
seriously now.
As
Notice
for the
that.
opposing train, we're
This music
jumping
is a way
seconds
better
before.
choice too. Than
Oh,
freaking-
by far, yeah.
than
What
freaking.
could have
There's no
provided
doubt
the
about
freight
that.
accident
It's
to
a
happen
lot
in the first
sadder.
place.
It's a
An
lot more serious
investigation by the
too.
A lot more
Federal
serious
Railroad
and a lot
Administration,
less
or
dramatic,
FRA,
or a
was
lot
soon
like
launched.
less spontaneous.
During drug testing of the
Mhm.
southbound crew, they found
FRA.
traces of crack cocaine in the conductor's.
Yay! My
I will
favorite
say
substance.
this too. I was nervous about putting a picture of crack in the video.
That's my favorite substance.
Shut the hell
I'm
up.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't do drugs. I'm just kidding. I actually don't.
I wasn't sure if YouTube would take that very well, but this is a documentary after all. It's for educational purposes, so...
Exactly.
The FRA also ruled out any mechanical problems with the trains, so therefore, the blame went solely to the crew of 4059 for not reacting to the signals properly and stopping their train.
What
Whether the
idiots.
cocaine in the conductor's system contributed was never determined. As for the locomotives involved, all but one made it out. 8110 was
I went
eventually
into
sold
great
off to
detail
Web
when it came to the
Asset
locomotives, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
and currently operates
Well,
the
this is something to
Kansas
go
and
off of,
Oklahoma
even if it
Railroad.
was insane,
2437 went back to BNSF,
Mm-hmm.
but in later years was sold to Larry's Truck and Electronic, and in 2020 was
Shout
put
out
in
to
storage
Larry's
in
Truck. Not
Galveston,
sponsored by
Texas.
Larry's Truck and
As of early
Electronic.
2022,
Had
the
to make that
locomotive has been
disclaimer.
moved
Oh,
out of
boy.
storage and is somewhere in the Midwest. If anyone knows its current whereabouts, please let me know. 7065
Did
also
anybody ever
returned to
let you know?
BNSF,
Some-
but in later
someone
years was
did,
sold
yeah.
to Helm
Shout out to
Leasing,
whoever
and
did.
eventually to Norfolk Southern. 997, despite having a freight car go
That's a
through
lot
its
of
cab,
caution tape
was
for
also
just
repaired
part
and
of the train.
repainted into
Hey, I took that photo. I took that photo.
Whoa!
And if you want to see the video, it's right here.
Yeah, on my face.
as were
There's
1065
There's another photo of
and
mine right there.
4715. 8967 was also repaired. However, in 2019, the locomotive went into Norfolk Southern's rebuild program and was converted
I gotta say
into
this
an
again.
AC
I went into
44
great detail on the
C6M
locomotives
and
for
was
this
renumbered
one.
to 4208. This means that the only locomotive that was not repaired was NREX 5473, which was deemed a total loss and eventually scrapped.
Yeah, coming from a non
It's been 16 years since this crash,
exactly
and
what
even
I
was
know.
since
thinking. I'm like,
it's
I'm like,
speculated
wait,
that positive
what
train
happened?
control,
Like, this
had it
lore
been
is so
installed,
complex that I'm
could have
trying to
prevented
figure it
this
out.
crash. However, we cannot always rely on technology to do everything for us. We must
I already
always
love this
ensure
outro,
that
too.
we keep doing our part in making sure that we know what is going on to ensure that something like this never happens again.
See, an inspirational message. At the
That
end.
was far better. There's no competition. It is a literal night and day difference between the two.
I mean, yeah, even coming from like the non-trained guy that is here reacting with this, I could tell just from production value alone and just from narration and music choice especially that this is like 1,000 times better than the original. Now, granted, you made this one in 2022 and you made the other one in what, 2019, right?
2019, yeah.
So there's a 3-year difference here, and we're reacting to it 2 years later, obviously, which 3 + 2 = 5.
Now you know!
If you had to do a remake of the remake, would you change anything from this to what you would put now?
I think the only difference I would do is maybe talk slightly more about like the investigation part on it. I feel like that one, I'm a very simple guy. If you wonder why my documentaries have been so short, it's because I just try to keep it as simple as possible. And so maybe elaborating a little bit more is probably the only thing I would change from this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still happy with the result, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, this is, I mean, especially with the music, I think the music was a big thing, because I think in the original video, when people watched it, with the music being so overwhelming, like, it's hard to actually, like, get information from it.
Yeah, get information, but also the music was just a bad choice to begin with.
It was terrible.
It was good music, but it wasn't good for the video it's in.
Beginning YouTubers don't use that type of music to that loud of an extent. If you're going to use it quietly in the background or for dramatic moments that are actually supposed to be dramatic.
Another note too, make sure you choose the right music. Make sure the music sets the tone for your video here, and clearly this didn't.
Yeah, because even in my own videos that you can watch right here, I choose to use like some decent music at least, and try at least attempt to. Now, granted, it's probably copyrighted, so that's something you got to watch out for, especially if you want your stuff monetized. But music choice can mean the difference between a good video and a terrible video, like we just saw here.
Facts. And unfortunately, I did not realize this. Here's the unfortunate thing too. I didn't know until too late. Like, I uploaded 2 more documentaries very similar to that one. And that's when like my channel started getting a lot more attention. And that's only after that I realized, oh shoot, these videos are not very good. People are not really liking this video.
Exactly.
There is one documentary That is so bad. I'm not even going to redo it. I'm ashamed of it.
I want to see it though.
No, we are not watching that.
1K likes and we'll see it. We'll react to it on this channel.
Oh, crap. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that?
Because I love punishing you.
I'm done. I'm gonna end the video right there. Thank you for watching. Be sure you like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you later.
Bye, I'm also here.